Welcome back. You're watching Newsx. I'm Rishabh Gulati. When I began this profession, I was told that as a journalist, we should be forever curious. Have curiosity. If this has happened, what does this person think of this? How will this person respond to that? Ask curious questions. Have curious thoughts. So I'm now going to perform an exercise in curiosity, because if I recall, and memory serves me reasonably well, not too long ago, when there were protests taking place in India, across the world, from Rihanna to Greta Thunberg to Pakistani celebrities, cricketers, all of them were deeply concerned about affairs in India. And I was very touched of how much interest the UK House of Commons was taking. Almost on a weekly basis they were discussing what's happening in India. It's so touching that we are so important to Rihanna and all these very famous people. So heartening it was as an Indian. Thank you for your great concern for what's happening in our country and your deliberations and commentary upon that. So, as a stroke of curiosity, a terror attack has just taken place in India, and I am reasonably assuming that the people who from Pakistan come to Bollywood and make movies with Shah Rukh Khan and sing to Indian audiences and are very well liked and very famous in this country are also equally concerned at this point of time of what's happening in India. I'm sure that these Pakistani cricketers, many of whom become politicians and become prime ministers, like it or not, will be deeply concerned. And of course, for sure, 100%, I have no doubt about this, that Rihanna and Greta Thunberg are deeply distressed over the past 3 days, as distressed as you and I are, because they follow affairs in India so carefully, much to our privilege, as we have seen in the recent past. So, my senior news editor Devika is standing by, and she is going to help us understand. Let's start. Devika, we've seen so many very, very talented, intelligent, erudite, some would say very brilliant artists who, due to perhaps many reasons, travel to this country to seek an audience. Now, you can say many reasons is money, okay, but we can say that in art there are things beyond money. So, perhaps for the sake of audience or the sake of career in terms of exposure, they travel to India and they sit at the finest lunch tables of the finest peoples in the finest establishments in this country. What do they feel about what's happened in India in the past 48 hours? Curiously, I would love to understand.
Yes, Rishabh, we've been tracking some of the most popular names in Indian households, and this is what we've been able to gather so far. Interestingly, as far as Pakistani celebrities from the entertainment industry are concerned, let's now focus on this. Okay, so one of the most popular names, of course, is Atif Aslam. Okay, extremely popular artist in Pakistan, has made a name for himself in India as well. However, this has been his social media feed for the past, say, about 48 hours or so, and we see nothing. There's been no post on his social media feed and no story even on his Instagram page for the Pahalgam attack. No reports online that he's written anything whatsoever, because what happens on Instagram, of course, is that the stories get removed themselves after 24 hours, but there's been no such report for Atif Aslam. This has been his Instagram page. Next up, of course, Fawad Khan, another name extremely popular in India. Fawad Khan, quite interestingly, is finding himself in a controversy in India because he's just done this movie called Abir Gulasi. However, 24 hours after the Pulwama attack, Fawad Khan did put out a story on Instagram. This is what it read: deeply saddened to hear the news of the heinous attack in Pahalgam. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims of this horrifying incident, and we pray for strength and healing for their families in this difficult time. So Fawad Khan, very popular name in India, has done an Indian movie already, did put out a post on Instagram. Hania Amir, another name that is upcoming in India as well, in Indian Pakistani dramas that are watched in India. So Hania Amir also put out this particular story that was put out by PTI, and then underneath that she put out her message saying, tragedy anywhere is a tragedy for all of us. My heart is with the innocent lives affected by the recent events. In pain, in grief and in hope, we are one. When innocent lives are lost, the pain is not theirs alone, it belongs to all of us, no matter where we come from. Grief speaks the same language, may we choose humanity always. So Hania Khan became one of the second Pakistani actors to sort of put out a message for the victims of the Pahalgam terror attack. Mahira Khan, very popular name in India once again, everybody knows her. She now finds herself in a bit of a controversy because as per reports online, this post was put out by Mahira Khan yesterday at 9 o'clock. So she wrote, violence anywhere in the world in any shape or form is an act of mere cowardice. My condolences to all those affected by the attack in Pahalgam. However, interestingly, we don't see it on her stories anymore. So like I've just explained how Instagram stories work, if she had put it out yesterday at 9 o'clock, if we are to believe the online reports, then this post would have been here till 9 p.m. today. However, that's not the case. So there is it seems as though she's put it out and then she's deleted that post. Another Pakistani actor, Danish Taimur, he has put out this post as well a few days back, saying, deeply saddened by the news from Pahalgam. My condolences go out to the families affected by the tragedy in Pahalgam. May healing and peace come swiftly. Another actress, Maura Hussain, she also put out a story on Instagram in which she has shared this now viral poster that is circulating on social media, which shows unfortunately the naval officer who lost his life sitting next to his wife, and it says, all eyes on Pahalgam, and she's written, my deepest condolences to those affected. So these are some of the 4 to 5 Pakistani actors who have in fact reacted to the tragedy in Pahalgam, but we have not seen anything by other actors. For example, Sanam Modi, another name that's really popular in India, she's not written anything whatsoever on her social media. Another popular name is Sara Khan, nothing on social media. Yumna Zaidi, she's not put out anything on her social media. Aiza Khan, once again, nothing on her social media. So interestingly, this time around we at least see that about 4 to 5 names that are very popular in India have actually put out a post. Now why Mahira Khan has removed that post is something that only she can answer, why she's done that, but at least she put out a post. So that's where the entertainment industry stands, Rishabh.
Okay, so now that's
Meanwhile,
Pakistani.
we also tried to track.
Yeah, just stay with me. Just stay with me. So now you heard that's the entertainment guys, the people who come and do films and cinema and sing and all the creative arts. Okay. Then there are a bunch of people who play cricket, and cricket is, I'm told, very popular in this country and also is very popular in Pakistan. So what are the cricketers up to? Because I know one of them became a former prime minister. I also know that one of them is virulent. He's supposed to be my age, in his late 30s, but often has a lot of commentary on what's happening in Kashmir. So let's wonder. So how are the cricketers in Pakistan responding, Devika, out of curiosity?
Once again, Rishabh, one of the most popular names, of course, when it comes to Pakistani cricketers is Wasim Akram. We did try to look at some of the other names, but unfortunately, they don't have any social media presence. They're not on Instagram or Twitter, but we've gone ahead with the ones who are very active on social media. So Wasim Akram, like I said, another popular name in India. Everybody knows him. That's a face that you recognize immediately in India. His last post has been on the 31st of March. There has been nothing, no word from him as far as the Pahalgam terror attack is concerned. Then you have Imam ul Haq, Pakistani cricketer. Nothing on his stories, nothing on his Instagram feed vis-a-vis the Pahalgam terror attack, nothing at all. Then there is Fakhar Zaman as well. His last posts have also been for the past, his last post was 1 week ago. So clearly active on social media, but he's not put out anything regarding the Pahalgam, attack. Then we also checked out the social media for Hassan Ali, Pakistani cricketer. Once again, last post was about 2 days ago. So he has posted this photograph 2 days ago on his Instagram feed, but he's not put out any post for the terror attack. Then we also have Harris Roth. His last post was put out on Instagram just 3 days ago. So once again, nothing about the terror attack on his stories or his Instagram feed. Shoaib Malik, everybody knows him, of course. He was married to Sania Mirza. That marriage didn't last. He's now married once again. However, nothing on his Instagram stories or on his social media feed regarding the
What?
Pahalgam
Are you
terror
trying to say
attack.
Shoaib Malik
Then
did not
we have,
notice what happened in
of
Pahalgam?
course-
I refuse to believe it, Devika. Surely not. Shoaib Malik, the amazing Shoaib Malik
No,
did
there's
not.
nothing. There's nothing on Shoaib Malik's feed.
Yeah. Maybe it's somewhere. Maybe it's in his mind
There's
and
nothing on Shoaib
he's
Malik's
still
feed.
thinking it over. Right. Okay. Who else?
Yeah, really. Nothing at all. Then there's Shaheen Shah. He is a name that became really popular, especially during the World Cup.
Is this
we
a
tried to
son-in-law?
track
Is
his
this
social media
Afridi's
feed
son-in-law?
as well, but once again, nothing. Yes. Shaheen Shah Afridi. So once again, his father-in-law is not on social media, or rather not very active on social media. But we don't see anything on his social media vis-a-vis the attack. Babar Azam, another popular name in India now, but nothing. 2 weeks ago was his last post. So clearly, I mean, essentially all of these people, Shadab Khan, they're all sort of active on social media. Shadab Khan has just put out on the 24th of April saying, I dedicate this win in my 100th PSL wicket to Bhai and family, and all our thoughts and prayers are with them during this tough time. But really nothing about the terror attack at all, and he's posted
Just curiosity.
on the
Of course,
24th
these are
April. So just
private
yesterday he was
citizens.
active.
They are not official spokespersons of anything. They don't have to post anything. I don't have to post something every time something goes wrong in the world. I might not like it, but I'm not some mandate that we have to post everything we think or believe in on social media. But it's just curiosity. So let's exercise the curiosity. Devika, you mentioned PSL. Very interesting. What is it? Pakistan Super League, they call it.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of people playing for it. I believe there are some people, foreigners, who are playing in this PSL.
Yes.
Is that true? And are these foreigners aware of what has just happened in their region?
Yes. I mean, if the foreigners read the news, they would be aware, because this is all over all news channels and all newspapers across the world. But we've, again, some of the foreigners, players who are playing for the PSL. One such is James Wins from Britain. Nothing on his social media feed, no word on the terror attack, no condolences. Rashid Khan is another PSL player. Once again, nothing on his social media feed.
I thought Rashid Khan is
Then
playing here.
Alex Hales, another player of the PSL. Nothing on their social media feeds. David Miller is another PSL player. Nothing on his social media feed. Chris Gayle, of course, very popular name, but once again, there's no. His last post was on the 24th of April, where he's said that he's excited to support. Clearly, it's a UBC, post, and he has nothing to say about a major terror attack.
Okay, maybe they didn't notice. Fair enough. All right. Very popular
India.
people have become rich and famous playing in India. Excellent. All right. But Devika, I began this conversation by the people who took a lot of deep interest in India. Now, I'm not saying that these people who have made millions working in India took a lot of interest in India. Maybe they did not. Maybe they didn't care about the country at all. Fair enough. But the people who are deeply, I was so touched when Rihanna and Greta Thunberg, were constantly discussing India. I'm sure that we are at the top of their minds right now. What's happening?
Yeah, interestingly, Rishabh, Greta Thunberg, who's active on both Instagram and Twitter, this is her feed right now, and there has been no story of hers and nothing really on her Instagram at all. So we tried to check out her X account as well, and again, her last post was from February this year, where she's talking about human rights. She's reposted, in fact, human rights movements are the antibody of healthy societies and political systems. But there's been no word at all from Greta Thunberg on the Pulwama terror attack, neither on her Instagram nor on her on her X account. Then, of course, there's Ilhan Omar, who takes great interest in commenting on India day and night. Her last post, interestingly, on the 24th of April, has to do with multiple cancellation of speakers at American universities who are Israel critics. So she's put out a post about censorship and democracy and what's happening in American universities regarding the protests against Israel. So that's been on Ilhan Omar's mind so far, but nothing. On 22nd April, she's put out under something regarding the National Institute of Health, but really nothing to do with the Pahalgam terror attack. So that's been Ilhan Omar. Quite interestingly, Meena Harris, related Kamala Harris, not a word. They were all very active when the farmer protests were taking place in India, but they've nothing at all as far as the Pahalgam attack is concerned. Rihanna, as we got to know, or there were reports that there was some money involved in the posts that she made for the farmers' protest, clearly sort of proving that point, because there's nothing as far as any other incident is concerned. These are some of her last posts where she's promoting some of her own material. Mia Khalifa, who had spoken about the protest as well, and sort of speaks about things that are happening in India. 23 hours ago, she posted this on her social media, saying Israel is starving Gaza. So she is, of course, keeping a close eye on the Israel-Palestine and Israel-Hamas conflict. However, nothing at all as far as the terror attack in India is concerned. So these are some of the popular people who
what are you saying
about
Devika?
India, but they don't really have anything
Surely
to say.
this cannot be true. Surely
They have nothing to say.
Surely my eyes and ears are deceiving me. I stand today, ladies and gentlemen, with a broken heart. The people who are such great friends of this country, of the people of this country, who take such interest and are so passionate and vocal, Rihanna, Greta Thunberg, Ilhan Omar, a congressperson, take such interest, Mia Khalifa, who taken such interest about what is going on in India. I am heartbroken that perhaps due to social media outages or other scheduling concerns, that they have missed the developments that have taken place in the past 3 days. Thank you for at least elucidating. Let me have this conversation with General Dwivedi and Pathikrit. General Dwivedi, it is very rarely, sir, perhaps in several hundred hours of television you and I have done together, that I have told you that today I am a man with a broken heart, sir. Ilhan Omar, Mia Khalifa, Rihanna, Greta Thunberg, they've all missed it, sir. The people who take so much great interest in what's happening in the countries. How will you console me, sir?
Well, Rishabh, first and foremost, I think this has given you the right picture about these people, that they are double-faced, they are dual personality, and they have different priorities in life. So I think while I wish to console you, but also I wish to compliment you that you are taking the pains and you have hit the bottom of the character of the people. But I am not surprised, Bishop, because this is where the world moves. It's a very commercial world. They have no heart for such instances. They have no heart for humanity. They only will go where the money is. And that's the reality of these people, these so-called social celebrities. I'm not surprised. And second point is the few actors who have actually shown some kind of sympathy because they have high stakes. Some of the films are being released, some have signed the films. Again, I would say it's all about commercial. So I think that your effort has not gone waste, Rishabh, while you have been hurt, but also I think you have experienced the reality, and also for the viewers that when next time we face the people, we should give them back a tight slap on
But-
their both cheeks.
But surely not. Surely not. Surely this could not be true. It has to be a reason. It has to be that that they didn't have their mobile phones available for 3 days. Maybe they're on tour. Maybe they're in an important meeting for 3 days. It could be anything. But surely the people who so passionately care about India and its people could not have. It has to be an error. I refuse to believe it. Let me get Pathikrit in. Pathikrit, could not be true. Mia Khalifa, come on. Rihanna, it has to be true that she is deeply concerned, but perhaps she's lost her password and is unable to log into her social media accounts.
So Rishabh, my sincere compassion for your broken heart. And let me tell you, frankly, we actually have to understand, and I'm sure most of us know this, that most of these celebrities are terribly illiterate in the literal sense of the word. So most of them are actually controlled by the deep state ecosystem. I would rather pardon my word, I would rather use the word pimp. There are deep state pimps to control them. And so whenever they're asked or tasked to do something, to write, they're given a script and they write it. So that is why it is important for us to realize that today. Everything else for them is, it's about how much is they have to gain out of it. Secondly, interestingly, Fawad Khan comes out with a statement because there is a movie coming out, which I'm sure right now, as per report, it has been banned by Government of India, rightfully so. Fawad Khan writes, deeply saddened to hear the news of the heinous attack in Pahalgam. He does not use the word terror. He deliberately misses the word terror. So for them, for people in Pakistan, for celebrities and for the so-called cricketers and everyone else, we have to understand that from their perspective, this is not terrorism. And let me tell you, Falai Insaniyat Foundation kind of NGOs which are a front of LET, they actually have volunteers in every city.
Okay, so let me ask a straight question, Pathikrit. It's a difficult question. So if Hindus are massacred, regardless of where it happens, are we suggesting that no one will even speak up for us?
You're absolutely right, Rishabh. That is the reality, and I think we have to accept that reality and we have to fight for ourselves. The Jews were completely isolated for 2000 years, then they became united, galvanized, became a power, a force to reckon with, and that's why today the world cannot ignore them. This is our battle, we have to fight it out. Everyone else who shows some kind of a semblance of solidarity, they have their own vested interest in it. Frankly speaking, we have been so divided internally. We have failed to organize ourselves, galvanize ourselves. I feel sad to say this. We have so many times seen, people trying to be too much secular, too much trying to say that.
But Pathikrit, are you seriously saying that Mia Khalifa, Ilhan Omar, Rihanna, Greta Thunberg, who love us, come on Pathikrit, they love us, they love our farmers, they're so deeply concerned about the poor and struggling people within our country. Are you trying to say that they don't care about us anymore?
No, Rishabh, they absolutely care for us, provided the next installment reaches them from the deep state ecosystem. Then only they will write about us. It is pure business for them as and when they write something. So we are just a theater for them. We are just a theater, and they have to write they actually narrate as per the script given to them.
Okay.
So they are players in this.
All right. Last thought to General Dwivedi before I take a break. General Dwivedi, for all the geniuses in this country who genuinely believe that politics can be prevailed upon the people of the world's largest democracy by convincing or conniving with foreigners who know nothing about what's happening in India and getting them to pass commentary on affairs in India is very efficacious and makes for very sound politics. What would be your concerted word of advice?
These celebrities and socialites, they are the mouthpieces of certain organizations which have a hidden agenda, and most of the time this agenda is very much against the interest of our country. So therefore, I think we need not take them seriously at all. And second point is, we also, Bishop, today we are in the era of information warfare, and we must come out very openly and expose these people that their mouths only open when India something is negative is happening, and their mum when we are stuck with tragedy. I think these people must be exposed entirely, and they only parrot what is given to them, and they always jockey the interest of certain organizations which are very inimical to our interest. And finally, about Pakistan, you see, moment they open their mouth, ISI will call them, and they'll be actually, I think, locked up, or they'll be put on a blindfold. I think they have no choice. So I would say that we must expose the people, and whenever they do lip service, also we should say they are shedding just the crocodile tears. Bishop.
The UK Houses of Parliament discussed protests in India 7 times. 18 UK MPs spoke on protests in India. The House of Parliament start again, and a few MPs have spoken about the Pahalgam attack. But I, as I mentioned, with a broken heart, have to say that the people I was convinced up until 30 minutes ago were the most important proponents of India, the visionaries under whose guidance, of course, we would build our countries. Mia Khalifa, Greta Thunberg, Rihanna, Ilhan Omar, that due to various technical and scheduling reasons, they have been unable to comment on a terror attack that took place in Pahalgam now 3 days ago. Obviously, as they overcome those technical issues, we will hear from them. I would sincerely recommend all of you, and I will go do the same, to reach out to these celebrities on their various public channels and offer your assistance in solving their technical hurdles, which is causing this stone deaf silence. Let's take a break. See you in a minute.